Hey, what's going on, everybody? We got another problem here out of geotech, a quick one. 1 cubic foot of volume of a soil sample is 60% saturated and 11.5% porous. With a specific gravity of 2.3, what is the dry unit weight of the soil sample? So let's write down what we know, and then we'll go through how to solve this thing real quickly. So we know the volume is 1 cubic feet. We know that S, which is saturation, is 60%. We know that N, which is our porosity, is 11.5%. And if you're reading this, we got specific gravity. I'll just call it SG is 2.30. Okay, so how we're going to solve this is we know our known values. We're going to use the table out of the Civil Engineering Reference Manual, and all of this comes out of Chapter 35 in the edition I'm currently using. And I'm going to write here table. This is you need to tab this table up. This is going to be your lifesaver, 35.7. So the first thing we're going to look at is what it's asking for, which is dry unit weight. And in that table, you'll find an equation for dry unit weight equal to specific gravity times the density of water divided by 1 plus E. So the only thing that we don't know, based on all the values they gave, is E. So what's E? Look it up. So in that table, you'll see an equation for E, which is basically N porosity divided by 1 minus N. Now you simply plug and chug. So N, I wrote these as percentages, but really you, in the equations, use them as decimal. So N is equal to 0.115 divided by 1 minus 0.115. What does that equal? I get 0.13. Plug this guy into here. It's the only one we don't know. Now on the actual test, they'll probably ask you more complicated combinations of these in order to solve what you're looking for. So just be aware of that, but this is basically the gist of it. Okay, let's go through here. We got specific gravity of 2.30 times the density of water. What is that? That should be a memorized value, 62.4 pounds. That's not a good P there. PCF, pounds per cubic foot, divided by 1 plus 0.13. And plug and chug, what do you get? I get 127 pounds per cubic foot. So the answer to this is obviously C. Anyway, this is a great problem. Like I said on the exam, they might ask you a little more complicated combination of variables in order to get what you need, but great practice problem. All right, we'll see you later.